Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the HeroClix Spot Convention with the latest installment of Building the Team. So, last week's game, we ended up running the Turtles. It could have gone better, could have gone worse. Beat the hell out of the Watchmen. Anyway, this week, however, we're looking at 500 points, all villains, as tomorrow's April Fool's Day, and, well, in honor of another, Joker. Pranks, fools, jokes, Joker, you know, okay. Anyway, so, we got two teams, so hey, I showed some restraint this time around. We got a Suicide Squad team, which we'll start off with. The Suicide Squad, for those who might not know, being a team of imprisoned villains that are basically press ganged into doing covert operations for the U.S. government, or rather, to be more specific, usually for organizations within the government. Anyway, so kicking things off, we've got Amanda Waller, creator of the Suicide Squad, and behind the scenes, the leader. Anyway, Waller comes in at 25 points, has the Suicide Squad team ability, as well as the Suicide Squad and politician keywords. She has a trait: there is no squad without the wall. Friendly characters with the Suicide Squad team ability may use that team ability to heal when any friendly character is KO'd anywhere on the map. The Suicide Squad team ability being when an adjacent friendly character is KO'd, or then a figure with the Suicide Squad team ability can basically use regeneration. She's also got full dial stealth and full dial leadership. And she's indomitable, which makes actually perfect sense because that's her. I mean, how could she not be? Moving on, we've got Knockout. Knockout comes in at 50 points, has the Calculator team ability, or Team Player team ability. He's a wild card. Something but wild card. Anyway, she's got the Apocalypse, Female Fury, Secret Six, and Suicide Squad keywords. Okay. And we got 3 traits. First off, only 6 of us. Stealth, but only if your force has 3 or more characters. Improved movement, ignores hindering terrain, but only if your force has 5 or more characters. Modify all combat values by +1, but only if your force has exactly 6 members. So, one can hope that eventually she will get to the point of everything +1. And hopefully she'll still be close to the beginning of her dial. Next up, we've got, what part of Suicide Squad didn't you understand? When Knockout is KO'd, reduce your action total by 1, minimum 1, until the end of your next turn. Okay. And finally, we've got Will of Apocalypse. When Knockout hits until your next turn, she has Protected, Outwit, Opposing Perplex, Exploit Weakness, and Penetrating Psychic Blast. So if she hits you, it's going to be hard to make a counterattack on that. Anyways, so we open up with, look at the dial itself, we open up with Charge, which gives her a sidestep. We got a couple clicks of Super Strength, then a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by a few clicks of Combat Reflexes. Finally, on damage, we've got Empower for a couple clicks, followed by 3 clicks of Close Combat Expert. Alright, for 50 points, not bad. I've used her before, and she pulls her weight pretty well, usually. Next up, we've got Plastique. Anyway, Plastique comes in at 50 points, has the Suicide Squad team ability, as well as the Extreme Justice, Secret Society supervillains, and Suicide Squad keywords. She She also has a trait, what part of Suicide Squad didn't you understand, which same as Knockout. Once she's KO'd, you reduce your action total by 1 until your next turn. Anywho, looking at the dial, we go with a couple clicks of sidestep. On attack, we've got special power, Explosive Touch. The power action, make a close attack targeting all adjacent opposing characters. Hit characters dealt 1 penetrating damage instead of normal damage and destroy all blocking terrain, including walls, adjacent to hit characters. Not too shabby. Especially the fact that she can create lots of hindering terrain that can definitely be beneficial to certain characters. Or ignored by a certain character. Yeah, just one though. Anyway, then on defense we've got some toughness followed by a couple clicks of combat reflexes, and that's it for her. Next up we've got Colonel Rick Flag Jr. Now, Flag isn't necessarily a villain. I mean, to be perfectly honest, Waller is more of a villain than he is, but he does have no problem with some of the morally ambiguous actions that the Squad takes. And in a story way back in the day, in order to secure the Suicide Squad's continued funding, Flag was actually more than willing to assassinate a senator until Deadshot stopped him and took on the deed himself. So, anyway, Flag comes in at 60 points and has the Suicide Squad team ability. He also has the Suicide Squad and Soldier keywords, and the trait Squad on my position. Increase Colonel Rick Flag's defense value by 1 for each adjacent friendly character that shares a keyword with him. So he can get up to a +3 on his attack. Looking at his dial, we open up with a click of running shot. And later on the last few clicks of the dial, he's got sidestep. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of precision strike. Defensively, it's straight willpower. And then on damage, in the last 3 clicks, he's got range combat expert. Anyways, moving on, we've got Bronze Tiger, a sadly overlooked member of the team. I mean, well, don't get me wrong, he was in the Arrowverse Suicide Squad. And was actually was perfectly played by Michael J. White. But anyway, to be perfectly honest, he's a character who should have been in the Suicide Squad movie. I mean, yeah, he's not Deadshot, but he's still a fairly, big name Squad member. But anyway, comes in at 60 points. He's got the Suicide Squad team ability. When it comes to his keywords, we've got League of Assassins, Suicide Squad, and Martial Artist. Look at the dial. We open up with 3 clicks of Master Martial Artist on speed. So special power gives him charge, flurry, and sidestep. This gives way to sidestep itself by itself. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of precision strike, which gives way to 3 clicks of Blades, Claws, Fangs. Defensively speaking, we open up with super senses, which gives you willpower, which then gives way to combat reflexes. To me, there's actually one click that I would consider to be a sweet spot click, and that's his middle click, where he actually has charge, flurry, sidestep, and Blades, Claws, Fangs. The only way that would have been better is if he had exploit weakness on there as well, but hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, moving on, we've got Harley Quinn. Now, I honestly am not entirely fond of the idea of making Harley a running member of the Suicide Squad. Occasional member, okay, but with her popularity, she's a great way to sell the book. Like, hey, look, here's a team book with Harley Quinn. Ooh, hey, Harley Quinn fans buy it because it has Harley. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on this. So anyway, moving on. Aside, getting away from that. Harley comes in at 60 points, has the Batman enemy team ability. She has the Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Sirens, Gotham City Underworld, and Suicide Squad keywords. And she is a title character. So she has 3 title character trait or abilities. First off, for the addition of 1 plot point, is Made of Mischief. She gains perplexed till your next turn. When she uses it, she may instead modify a combat value other than damage by plus or minus 2. Okay. Not too shabby. Then for the removal of 2 plot points, we have Candy Cram. Gives her, she has Energy Explosion. When she uses it, modify her attack by plus 3, and after resolutions, give each hit character an action token. Okay, alright, I can definitely see that being useful. And then we have her ultimate ability for the removal of 6 plot tokens, or plot points. Get 'em, Gang of Harleys. Yeah, free action, roll a d6. Generate a number of Harley bystander tokens equal to the result, minimum 2, into squares within 3 squares. The Harley token looks something like that. But it's got a trait. The gang's all here. Basically, the actions don't count against your action total. You got flurry and combat reflexes and a range of 3. It's 1 target. Anyway, so Harley's dial starts off with running shot, which gives way to sidestep, which gives way to stealth at the end. Nothing on attack, but she can be given energy explosion. So there's that. Next up on defense, we've got 3. We open up with a few clicks of energy shield deflection, followed by a handful of super senses clicks. And on damage, you open with a few clicks of shape change, which gives way to a couple clicks of exploit weakness, followed by a couple of clicks of enhancement. Okay. Alright, moving on, we've got Duchess. Now, Duchess is an interesting member of the team. See, unlike, similar to Knockout, she's a female Fury, and she's from the planet Apocalypse, where she's better known as Lashina. Anyway, Duchess comes in at 75 points, has the Suicide Squad team ability, as well as the Apocalypse, Female Furies, Suicide Squad, and Soldier keywords. And she has 2 traits. First off, we have Left for Dead, Back for Revenge. Free action. Replace Duchess with Lashina. We'll get to Lashina here in a little bit. Anyway, she's also got the what part of Suicide Squad didn't you understand trait. So yeah, when she's KO'd, lose an action you lose a potential action for your next turn. So we start off with some running shot, which alternates to sidestep, back to running shot, and then back to sidestep for the rest of the dial. On attack, we've got special power Explosive Ordnance. Energy Explosion. When Duchess uses it, after resolutions, she can use Smoke Cloud at no cost. That then gives way to just regular Smoke Cloud. Defensively speaking, we open up with some Toughness, which gives way to Energy Shield Deflection. Damage, we open up to nothing, and which clicks into Perplex, followed by Ranged Combat Expert. And now, let's talk about Lashina right quick. I'll give you another look at her. Lashina is amongst those that have led the female Furies over the years, field leader wise. Anyway, she comes in at 75 points, just like Duchess, but instead of the Suicide Squad team ability, has the Superman enemy team ability, which allows her to use Outwit when adjacent to a friendly character of a lower point value with the Superman enemy team ability. And there's a wild card here, so yeah, you put Lashina next to Knockout, Outwit. Anyway, so we got a couple of traits. First off is Will of Apocalypse. When she hits, until your next turn, she has protected, Outwit, opposing Perplex. Yeah, the same stuff that Knockout has. Next up, we've got Where Do You Think You're Going? Gives her Plasticity, and Giant Reach 3. Opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire treat Lashina as adjacent when moving. So that unless they have a means of automatically breaking away, they got to roll breakaway. And not only that, they have to roll a 6. Because plasticity. Anyway, looking at the dial, we open up with 3 clicks of sidestep, followed by 3 clicks of flurry on speed. On attack, we open up with special power Kiss of the Lash. Precision strike. When Lashina hits with a close attack, after resolutions, give the target an action token. Okay. Then that gives way to Blaze Claw's Fangs. On defense, we open up with a couple clicks of Super Senses, followed by 4 clicks of Combat Reflexes. Okay. Then on damage, we open up with, all there is on damage is 2 clicks of the special power, We're the Wrath of Dark Side, given form. Leadership. When Lashina uses it, succeeds. Adjacent friendly characters with the Female Furies keyword can use Colossal Stamina this turn. Okay. That can be very useful. For, Knockout. Anyways. But yeah, Lashina here is going to be on the sideline because of Duchess. Finally, we have Deadshot. Alright, so Deadshot comes in at 100 points and has a Suicide Squad team ability. He has the Assassin, Secret Six, and Suicide Squad keywords, as well as improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. He also has a trait, Bang. Deadshot can use Range Combat Expert. When he does, he may choose his range value as one of the combat values to modify. Alright. Then we open up with some Stealth, which gives away a Running Shot. On attack, we click into Energy Explosion and follow it up by Precision Strike. He also got the Sharpshooter ability, so he can make range attacks again when adjacent to an opposing character and against adjacent opposing characters. Then we get some Toughness, which we open up with, gives way to Combat Reflexes, and finally Regeneration. Then on damage, we open up we have the special power Sniper Rifle. Deadshot may replace his range value with 10. If he does, he has 1 target. Okay. Also, on the side is, just something to help things out. We'll be utilizing the Beetle Pod. Also, helps fill out points. We're a bit short. So the Beetle Pod is a piece of equipment. It ranks as a heavy object. Be equipped to anyone, and all you have to do unequip it is simply say you're dropping it. 8 points. The equipped character has the flight ability, toughness, and modifies their speed by +2. More than likely, it's going to end up going on Bronze Tiger, as he can definitely put it to very good use with that sidestep charger flurry. Then with that, he can sidestep for 2, then use charge, so have his speed of 8 to 4, then add 2 to it. So yeah, he can effectively move his full printed speed value and then Flurry. So yeah, I can definitely see some use there. Especially since he's pretty much the only one really supposed to be, super mobile. Anyways, moving on to the other team we built for this week, the Sinister Syndicate. It's a tried and true lineup team that I do enjoy running, especially with a villain theme. Alright, so let's take a look, shall we? We're going to open up with Norman Osborn. Normally comes in at 50 points. Has the Spider-Man enemy team ability, Sinister Syndicate team ability, which allows him and adjacent friendly characters with the team ability to share printed attack values. We also got the Dark Avengers, Hammer, Sinister Syndicate, and Politician keywords, and a trait, still wearing the mask underneath. At the beginning of the game, you may place a character named Green Goblin from your sideline on this card on any click and choose a power from that click. Norman Osborn can use that power this game. This is the one we'll be using. And most likely, the power of choice will be his special damage power. A team of incompetence I had to show the way. Allows Green Goblin to use enhancement and perplex. So, in this case, Norman Osborn can use enhancement and perplex. So, looking at the dial, we've got a few clicks of stealth, followed by a click of charge. Click of super strength at the very end. A few clicks of willpower, followed by a click of toughness. And then on damage, we got a click of outwit, followed by a click of perplex, then back to outwit, and then battle fury. His last click is to basically give the idea that he has now gone back to being the Green Goblin. Moving on, we've got the Vulture, who's always been, well, okay, there was a brief period in the early 90s when he did become young, but it was short-lived and undone. So, Vulture comes in at 50 points, has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, as well as the Sinister Syndicate keyword and Scientist keyword. He also has a trait, King Crook of the Skies. Opposing characters with the boot speed icon modify their attack values by -1 when targeting Vulture with a close attack. That's something like Sharpshooter can definitely come in handy. Anyways, looking at the dial, we get a few clicks of charge, followed by a couple of clicks of sidestep, a few clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs, a click of Energy Deflection, followed by a couple of clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a couple of clicks of Willpower. Then when it comes to damage, nothing until the last two clicks where we got a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness, which really sucks because those Exploit Weakness clicks go really well beginning when he's got Blaze Claw's Fangs. Nothing quite like driving home a penetrating 6 damage. Next up we have the Kingpin. Alright, so Kingpin comes in at 50 points. Has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, the Sinister Syndicate and Politician keywords. Then we got a trait, My City, My Rules. Kingpin and friendly characters within 8 squares are considered adjacent to each other for purposes of Sinister Syndicate team ability, which is why he is an essential figure on any Sinister Syndicate team that I build. I mean, 8 squares and getting to utilize an 11 attack value, no matter what. Okay, yeah, I can do it. I can deal with that. Look at the dial. We got a couple clicks of stealth on speed. On defense, we got a couple clicks of toughness, followed by a couple clicks of combat reflexes. Damage, we open up with a special power, Overlord of Crime, which allows Kingpin to use leadership and outwit. When he uses leadership, he may remove an action token from a character with a Sinister Syndicate keyword regardless of point value, which again that anymore doesn't matter because leadership doesn't have. When it comes to figure, well, if you share a keyword with a character and have leadership, you can remove an action token from them, regardless of point value. Period. If you don't share a keyword, then they have to be lower points. Anyway, after that, we get a couple clicks of Close Combat Expert. Okay. Next up, we've got the Rhino. This is the newer version of the Rhino from Earth X. So it'll actually be, I think, my first time using the Rhino, or that Rhino at least. Anyway, so Rhino comes in at 50 points and has the Sinister Syndicate team ability. He also has the Sinister Syndicate, Animal, and Brute keywords. Then also improved movement ignores and destroys blocking terrain. We have a couple traits. First is Sinister 6 United. Stealth, but only if your force has 3 or more characters. Improved movement ignores hindering terrain, but only if your force has 5 or more characters. Modify all combat values by +1, but only if your force has exactly 6 characters. The other trait being Mess with the Rhino and you get the Horn. He generates knockback. Anyway, looking at the dial itself, we open up with a few clicks of charge, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep. Around the middle of the dial, we get a couple clicks of Quake. Defensively speaking, we got a click of Invincible, followed by a couple clicks of Invulnerability, and rounding out to a couple clicks of Toughness, and then nothing on damage. Kind of can't entirely say I'm a fan of that blank damage dial, but oh well. Next up, we've got Electro. Electro is one of my favorite Spidey villains. This being the Maxwell Dillon version of the character. I don't know why. Maybe it's the goofiness. I don't know. Maybe it's more the fact he shoots stuff, and I've always kind of liked characters with range powers, mainly because my marksmanship abilities leave a great deal to be desired. But whatever. Anyways, I enjoyed the character, and wasn't too fond of hearing that he got killed off with late. Killed off and replaced, no less. Anyway, so Electro comes in at 70 points, has the Sinister Syndicate team ability and the Sinister Syndicate keyword. Dial-wise, we've got a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. Attack, we've got the special power Light You All Up. When Electro makes a range attack, he can use Precision Strike. If he targets at least 2 characters, he can also use Energy Explosion. If he targets 3 characters, the damage dealt is penetrating damage. And he has 3 targets, so that works out. But the thing to do with that would be probably, well, everyone gets 2, so yeah, okay, never mind. Anyways, moving on. After that, we've got the full dial of Under Shield Deflection, and again, nothing on damage. Next up, we have the Shocker. So the Shocker comes in at 75 points. Has the Masters of Evil and Sinister Syndicate team abilities, as well as the Masters of Evil, Sinister Syndicate, and Thunderbolts keywords. We got we have a trait superior to the other guys. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, if your character uses the Sinister Syndicate team ability to replace their attack value with Shockers, that character generates knockback during that attack. Okay. Look at the dial, we got a few clicks of Running Shot, followed by a couple clicks of Force Blast, a couple clicks of the special attack power Vibro Gauntlets. Shocker can use Penetrating Psychic Blast and generates knockback when he does. And give him a range attack to make a range combat action to make a range attack using Improved targeting ignores and destroys blocking terrain. When he makes a ranged attack, hit characters modify their attack values by -1 until your next turn. Okay. That gives way to his regular Psychic Blast. And then on defense, we got 3 clicks of toughness followed by a couple clicks of willpower, and then nothing on damage. A lot of these are very light when it comes to the damage portion of their dial. Next up, we've got Venom. Also hailing from the Earth X set. I put a lot of consideration of this. Kind of, do I want to use this Venom or do I want to use the one from Superior Foes? But I am going with this one. Anyway, so Venom comes in at 75 points. Has the Sinister Syndicate team ability as well as the maximum carnage, Sinister Syndicate, monster, and reporter keywords. He's got improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. He also has the 2 traits. First is the signature equipment Venom Symbiote trait. And there's the Venom Symbiote. The Venom Symbiote, when equipped to a character, gives them plasticity, shape change, and the ability to break away automatically. Anyways. Oh, wait, it's 3 traits, not 2. The next trait is calling help from the Venomverse, which actually doesn't matter in this because no one else on the team has Venom in their name. And finally, Sinister 69, which is the same as Rhino has, so at least starting off, him and Rhino have stealth and improved movement ignores hindering terrain. Though he already had improved movement ignores hindering terrain. So, alright, so looking at the dial, we've got 3 clicks of charge followed by 3 clicks of precision strike, 3 clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs followed by 3 clicks of Steel Energy. Defensively speaking, we get 3 clicks of Super Senses followed by 3 clicks of Combat Reflexes, and then on damage, we've got 3 clicks of Exploit Weakness and 3 clicks of Perplex. I like the fact that he's got... The only thing I'm not digging with his dial is the lack of indomitability. I feel like he should have that. Next up, and the last figure for the team, the Lizard. This is a sketch version of the figure from Superior Foes of Spider-Man. But I dig it. I kind of like that whole, hey, let's do sketch versions of each character or each figure. But I was in a minority on that one apparently. So, anyways, Lizard comes in at 90 points. Or no, not 90, 80 points. What do I think? I keep on thinking he's at 90 points for some reason. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so 80 points has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, as well as the Sinister Syndicate animal, monster, and scientist keywords. Then we've got the dolphin move symbol, so that he his movement is unhindered by water, and when he occupies water, he gets +1 to his defense. Think about that when incorporating when figuring on a map. Anyways, looking at the dial, we get a couple clicks of charge, a couple clicks of leap climb, followed by a couple clicks of flurry. Attack-wise, straight down Blaze Claw's Fangs. On damage, straight down toughness. Then on damage, we start off with a click of Battle Fury, which gives way, and then the rest of the dial is the special power Cellular Regeneration. When Lizard takes damage from an attack, heal him 1 click. When Lizard has 2 action tokens, he can use Regeneration as a free action. Okay, alright. And that's that. Some strategy thoughts on this. One idea is that Suicide Squad, one of the things I plan to do is basically put have Deadshot and Amanda Waller right next to each other so that Waller can hopefully often remove tokens from Deadshot so that he can make basically so he can pick people off from 10 squares away as often as possible. Lashina, since she doesn't come in on the same click number as Duchess, but just comes into play, Lashina is going to be brought in when Duchess gets real low on the dial. And it's like, oh, hey, so you thought you were pretty close to KOing the 75-point trigger. Well, hey, here's another 75-point trigger at top click that you have to deal with now. Oh, yeah, and they can hit you from 3 squares away, and that's considered up close. And you're considered to be, from 3 or less squares away, you're considered to be adjacent to her for movement purposes. There's that part of kind of just say, maybe I'll just get rid of Duchess. But no. Duchess has her uses. So, and then probably also give the Beetle Pod to Bronsteiger so that he can be a little bit more mobile. If anything, when he gets to the point when he has tough... Let's see, I don't think he actually... Yeah, there's very little reason to there's very little reason to get rid of his from the on a drop the pod. If anything, when he gets near the back end of his dial, he's got blades. If anything, give him when he's got blade instead of prison strike, just make a point of having Harley Quinn perplex up his attack, so that he's able to just keep it, especially if you have him adjacent to Lashina, you can potentially just keep it doing it. He could potentially keep attacking. So as for the Sinister Syndicate, the main thing is really just keeping everyone within 8 squares of Kingpin. But this is very much a team that's all about smacking folks around. But you got 2 sources with printed 11s, Blizzard and Kingpin. So yeah, and Venom is to be probably one of the heavier hitters with his penetrating blade right off the bat. And if he manages to, on the right map, if he can stay in a hindering terrain, then he's stealthy. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon in the description box down below. Not sure what else we're doing video-wise this week. Hopefully, the end of the week we'll be doing a review of Pet Sematary, followed by a review of Shazam. We'll see about how that works out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.